What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 community AI only battle 20. Well, we're just entering the 25th turn we have remaining. Things are heating up. Brazil, oh, that's a surprise, completing the Manhattan Project, and Argentina is eliminated as they do it. I'm surprised. Maybe Brazil are going to finish a lot higher than we thought. Who knows? But that's a pretty big... Okay, they almost finished off Argentina. Argentina still have 2 tiles. I think this is something to do with the Mapuche had a weird ability that gave them tiles, and now Argentina's kept them. I'm not really sure how that happens, but there you go. Argentina alive with tiles, no cities. Not sure how that's possible, but there you go. I think Brazil are at peace with the Incans still, so they should be pretty safe here for now. So we'll see how that goes for them. But other than that, there's still plenty going on across the world. We have, of course, Belgium and Ethiopia. Despite the fall of Berlin to Ethiopia, we have Belgium and Ethiopia at war with Austria. And that's going to be interesting. I think Austria should be okay, and they may end up taking Berlin, which would be good for them. I mean, they're pretty much running on empty, though. They do need to be careful to the south here. It looks like Ethiopia are going to commit to invading them from the south, which will be tough, but they can definitely make a good go of it, so they need to be careful. Attila is still struggling. He's not really having much progress in invading India. Africa is still very quiet. Kilwa have held off Samoa for the most part. There's a few more units, but I doubt they will be dying anytime soon. And East Asia is pretty quiet too. Vietnam not up to anything. See, North America's got a lot of action. Polynesia finally eliminated the Shoshone. We have Texas doing a lot of stuff. Just in general, they're almost all at war with each other up here. Pretty crazy. The Sioux did obviously peace out for this a while ago, which didn't help the Iroquois at all. The Argentinian fleet is just here. Little do they know. But back home, there is nothing left. Well, I imagine they do know, because it's only a game. But imagine if it was real life, they would have no idea. They'd just head home and find it full of Brazilian nuclear power plants, probably. That's probably the way the world's going now. And they can try and run to this pillaged trading post as a safe haven. That's about all they've got. That's literally it. And Vietnam completes the Pentagon, so another wonder for Vietnam, just in case they were falling behind on the wonders list. I mean, even though I'm pretty sure they've got all of the wonders that have been finished in the last 170 turns or so. They're just making sure. Kilwa and Australia now friends. That's a bit of a surprise. They've been trying to kill each other for a while, even though Australia's not really had much success. I remember ages ago they did send stuff. It didn't really go well. I'm pretty sure anyway. The former Ethiopian city is now home to 3 Vietnamese atomic bombs, which I can't imagine why they would keep them there. There's no city that is like strategically the most useful one to have them there. Maybe they can just about reach East Africa from there, but probably not. I don't know where the other ones are. What other one is in Japan? Southern Japan, Kagoshima. That can obviously hit Polynesia, probably the west coast, and at least their Asian neighbours. Mongolia have a fair few planes, and a fairly big amount of units here. Most literate people: Vietnam 69 techs, Samoa 65, Ethiopia 62. Then it's Burundi, the Moors, Attila of the Huns, Belgium, Brazil all on 61, Rhodesia, Soviet Union, India, Nigeria, Korea, not Korea, they all have 60, Korea, obviously Japan's not around anymore, Mali, Inca, Australia, Austria, 58s, 59s, it's very close at the top. No one's fallen too far behind that's still got any cities. The lowest person who's got a city is Babylon on 51, that's only 7 behind the leaders. Celts on 52, Zulu 52, Argentina are now gone, Byzantium 53, yeah, they're the guys sort of falling behind just a little bit. Just a little bit, but I'm sure they're going to all make it to the end now. 25 turns. Is there anyone in danger of not making it to the end? I think the Huns are at risk. Babylon are at risk from the Huns. If the Huns just like click of the finger, they could use their bombers. They could probably grab this and eliminate them. I think Kilwa is still at risk of Rhodesia invading them in the next 25 turns. That would be the end of them. No one else is going to do it, but Rhodesia could do it. Other people that might be eliminated... The only one I could really see, Korea would take some effort from Vietnam, but it would be possible. And the only other one I could potentially see is Samoa falling to Vietnam, and maybe Australia if they teamed up. But even then, that's really unlikely. Like Samoa, they've got good units, but they don't have that many, so I could see Vietnam taking them out, but it's unlikely, very unlikely. Do you have nuclear subs? You do have a ton of nuclear subs. Okay, well, they're not near mine, so it's alright. That's when there's like, I just see 10 Samoan nuclear subs just chilling, ready to kill me, and end this game 25 turns early. That would be, I don't know what I would do. I'd feel so bad if that happened, because I don't even know what I could do at that point. I mean, I guess I could just go back to where it was saved a few turns ago and fix it, but that would be funny, and it would scare me at the time. I'd be like, what's going on? I mean, if someone... there we go, Ethiopia now have an atomic bomb. I was going to say, if someone won a domination victory, I assumed the game would end. I wouldn't be able to go any further. I'm not really sure. Well, I guess you could keep going, but I mean, they probably wouldn't leave me around for much longer. Ethiopia does have one atomic bomb. Rip Belgium. This could be going for Ghent. Oh no, they're at peace now. I forgot. Oops, it might be going... It looks like they've just sat it here, probably to keep an eye on the Moors. Nothing else, really. I mean, they don't expect to be invaded by Burundi, Mali, Nigeria. Attila's pretty busy right now over here, so he's not going to invade them. So they're pretty safe, and I mean, if Vietnam is going to declare war, even now, it's probably a bit late for something to happen. Although those nukes are on the carriers, maybe they're coming over. Could we see a nuclear war? It's very unlikely. The AI hates to use its nukes for some reason. If there was more time, I'm sure India could have got some. And that would have made things very interesting, but I don't think we'll be seeing that in this game. Not this time round. Yeah, plenty of planes for Mongolia. How is Austria doing against Berlin? They are making progress here. Ethiopia probably are going to lose Berlin. Just, will Austria get nuked? That is a possibility. If we see Vienna suddenly lose a ton of population, we know what's gone down. Yeah, Austria might get nuked. I mean, if they take Berlin, that'd be pretty big, actually, if Austria took Berlin. That'd be a big blow, obviously, to Ethiopia. But mainly because Belgium, obviously, it's already been a blow to Belgium losing it. But losing it to Austria is going to affect them more. Like, losing it to Ethiopia may have knocked them down the scoreboard at the end. But it wouldn't have really affected Ethiopia. They still would have come second, and they'll still come second, probably, if they lose it. But for Austria, this could, never know, push them above Belgium. It's unlikely. I think Belgium are a bit stronger. In general, they have a much bigger army, and they have better technology. But you never know, and they probably have more land, and all that stuff. Probably more cultured, more population. Austria did take a while to get going, but they've come back quite strong. It's been impressive. If they had got in on the fall of Byzantium a little bit more, I think they'd be a real powerhouse right now. That was probably what they missed out on. Just the fall of Byzantium. Which obviously Ethiopia heavily gained from, as did the Huns, who are very strong out here this way too. And Texas just entering the atomic era now. That's not a good sign. I've been bigging up Texas, that they might be in that sort of top 4 that I think will be a bit of a runaway from the rest of them. Maybe not. And also Texas, though, did just capture the former Shoshone capital. So as I say one thing, they do another, pushing Polynesia back. And I mean, this, I don't know if this makes up for Dallas, but there you go. That also cuts Polynesia pretty much off from the Sioux because of these mountains. So that'll be interesting. I'm pretty sure Texas are not at war with the Sioux, but Polynesia are. I might be wrong. But there we go. Berlin has fallen. Austria grabbing Berlin. And if they can hold on to that, they are going to have some nice borders, to be fair to them. I mean, ignore Leningrad. I mean, at least Ethiopian Berlin was a short thing. It was temporary. It's been rectified. Moorish Leningrad is the thing the people of this world have gotten used to. Like, they have grown up, they've gone to school and been taught that Stalin, the former great Soviet Empire that did actually manage to settle another city, fair play to them, don't know how I missed that for so long, once gave away a city to the Moors who were in Spain, and all those kids would be going, well, why did they do that? Why would they do that? And the teachers would just be there like, no idea. No logic behind it at all. But that's the world these poor people are going to grow up in. Imagine being part of the 23 population that live in this region, Moorish Leningrad region. How weird would that be? I mean, you're pretty much surrounded by Austria now, which is probably scary. I mean, Austria and Moscow is cool, but it looks very weird. Also, Austria must be up there for original capitals. 1, 2. Oh, only 3. Oh, that sucks. I thought they were going to have more than 3. I mean, I think some people have 4, and that's the most. I mean, Ethiopia have Rome, Hippo, Regius, and Thebes, so that's 3 including their own, so that's 1 more than Austria. The Huns have 3 down here, and that's it, except their own. Again, Kilwa and Samoa have peaced out, nothing happened. Don't think anyone else has got that many. I don't even think Vietnam have Beijing. They didn't even get Peking, which was the former... It was Qing, wasn't it? Was it Qing? Yeah, it was Qing. Qing's capital. Obviously, they have Tokyo. So Tokyo, Beijing is 2. But that's it. The rest are all their own cities or non-capitals. I don't think anyone's really got more than that. Texas has the Aztec and the Mayan capital. And the Sioux capital? Where is the Sioux capital? Wait, is this? No, this is the Sioux. And the Shoshone. I think Texas now actually have the most capitals. If we scroll down... Oh, it doesn't show... Why doesn't it show me? Oh, it's because it wasn't... Okay, because the Shoshone weren't alive at the time. But yeah, Texas, I think, actually now control the most capitals. 1, 2, 3, 4, and they have their own. So yeah, I imagine that is Texas. Obviously, the Sioux are still around, up here. Maybe if they go after the Iroquois, they would technically have the most. That would be pretty cool. If they took 1 more. No offense, Iroquois. I mean, you're not going to come in the top 10, so it doesn't matter if you lose stuff. It's not going to impact you. Nigeria might sneak in. And if they hold on to this, that's going to be pretty impressive. As I say, when I was saying people that might get taken out, Nigeria and North America might disappear. Although not all of Nigeria. I think they're pretty safe. They fought off Burundi, so they won't be too scared of Mali or Burundi. Again, maybe both of them at the same time with a bit of Ethiopian help might be a bit terrifying. If they all went for 1 city each, I could see Mali going for this city, Burundi going for Lagos, and this one here just falling to Ethiopia. That'd be terrible, but it could happen. No signs of the nuke being used yet. Ethiopia are trying though. And they actually stuck a carrier with some bombers, but Byzantium gave them open borders. Fair enough. Byzantium obviously don't like the Austrians too much. And yeah, I think Belgium might retake Berlin. But it's Austria's turn now, so they might... Yeah, okay, they're going to defend it. Good move. Good move by Austria. And the Huns have now completed the Manhattan Project. It's going to be tense. Nuclear-wise, towards the end of the game-ish. I mean, we only have 2 people with nukes right now, and we're a while away from all these others getting them. But still, Austria have planes. I feel like they've had them for a while, but either way, at least they have some. Yeah, Samoa still doesn't have them, and I imagine they probably lack uranium. They had no oil, and they had no iron to build frigates. So, you know, chances of them having uranium are pretty slim. I'm pretty sure uranium can only be on land compared to oil, which can be in the sea, which is how they got a little bit, I assume, unless they just traded for it. And I see this war... Okay then, well, Mongolia and Korea. And to be fair, Korea don't have planes. Mongolia will have to deal with the Korean Navy though. But this is going to be an interesting war, spice things up in the last 20 turns. And I mean, if Mongolia take all of Korea, who knows? Could they get in that top 10? Just maybe. They're not there right now. Well, they might be. I haven't been looking, but I'm just as unaware as you guys are. Well, I mean, 27 turns was the last ago we checked the info addicts, but that is ages ago now. So that's like a week. That's 7 videos, which at the moment is quite a while ago. But yeah, that is big for Mongolia. If they can take it, they've got it into the yellow already, so I mean, it shouldn't be impossible. They've got to fight for all the units though, which could be the issue. But then again, the planes will be pretty effective. These are old units, and maybe Vietnam will join as well if the situation gets dire enough for Korea. Which isn't good news, because, you know, we don't need any more strength going to Vietnam, but it would be pretty cool. Would be pretty cool. And that is Mali entering the atomic era. Good job, guys. Good job. Just going to congratulate people now for their achievements. We're going to build these civs up. We don't need to knock them down. And what is that? That's that. Oh my goodness. Nigeria have 9 planes in one city. They're obviously... They must have just discovered the airport. And they're like, oh my goodness. What is this? We can put more than 6 planes in one city. And decided to put them all in one for no apparent reason. Brazil is still at war with the Incans by the look of it. And it looks like Texas are really trying to take Machu. And as I accidentally just clicked next turn, and turns currently take about 5 minutes, you just if we just, get yourself a treat to a 20-minute video instead today, because I didn't mean to. I was meant to end the video, but there we go. Texas not really taking Machu at the moment. They are bombing the living daylights out of it, but they're not going to take it just yet. It looks like they might retake Dallas with a bit of luck, although Polynesia are still trying pretty hard to defend it. So I think they should be okay. San Antonio is no longer under threat, and most of the Polynesian units that could be useful are in the sea, which is a bit weird. Oh, and yeah, Dallas probably is going to fall next turn, maybe, or the turn after that. I still can't believe the Sioux. They had like 3 cities, probably 50 turns ago, and then bam, they just built settlers, took all of this tundra land. I can imagine they must be the unhappiest empire of them all. There's no way they could be supporting this, but this game needed a Canada, and the Sioux provided. And I mean, the longer the game goes on, the stronger the Sioux are going to get. That's all I can think of. They will probably one day eliminate the Iroquois, and then maybe take the city from Nigeria, and then get screwed by Texas, basically. Unless Texas obviously ever runs into Brazil, who at the moment appear to be neck and neck with Texas, which is interesting. And let's see, the Incans are still around. I wonder who's going to finish. I assume Brazil will beat the Incans in the Info Addicts. I don't see there being room for both of them in the top 10. Which basically means I don't see the Incans making it in. They were doing well, but Brazil drove them back a bit, and there's been some other success, and Belgium did end up taking Berlin. So there we go. Normality has been restored in Europe with that from Belgium, and let's go see what's going on over here. Yeah, Mongolia is very close to taking Busan. Problem is, Korea might take Peking if they're not careful, because Mongolia just haven't built any boats. Problem is, they've never unpuppeted Peking, which means they can't build boats. Well, they could, but when it's a puppet, it's very unlikely that it will build boats. So they've got so many units out here. Korea, that army that was exiled, I see, is dead. Pretty much 1 unit to go. That's really sad. India's still got their city up here. They're not making the most of all these resources, but it's their land. They can do what they want. Attila made it some units pretty close, but the rest of them seem to have stopped coming over anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Might see him just, destroy Babylon before the end. Could happen. Surprised they have a plane. That is incredible. Well, obviously, it's 1958. Guys, if you can hang on for like 30, 40 more years, you're going to find a ton of oil here, and it's all going to be great. You're going to be building skyscrapers and everything. It's going to be great. Just hold on, and I'm sure Attila won't invade you. Or Texas, for that matter. It's probably going to be Vietnam invading Babylon for their oil. I feel like Vietnam is the USA of this world, which is ironic. Let's see. Okay, how many nukes do you have right now, Ethiopia? Because just 1. Well, that's going to be it for this episode. 21 turns to go, which should equate to about 5 episodes to go. I need to slow it down a bit more because the Hearts of Iron 4 series is finished. I've not got anything else planned, and I don't want to start anything new while I've got my exam period either, which is why, if you haven't noticed, I'm down to 1 video a day. If you've just found the channel and you're like, oh, I want more than 1 video a day, don't worry, you'll be back up to 2 in about 2.5 weeks time from you seeing this, maybe 3 weeks. No, wait, I think that's wrong. Maybe it's 1, I think it's 1.5 weeks. Probably about 2 weeks, to be fair. I'll give myself some time off. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.